And what a difference that will make to the game if they can iron that out, because so many frames have won and lost through a kick.
Graham Dott to break.
Frame 8, Graham Dott gets it underway, and he'll be delighted the way this match has gone so far. Neither player playing at their best at the moment, but Graham Dott playing very consistently. Quickly came up on that because he knew he hadn't hit it at the right pace, but hasn't left anything easy. The cut in next to the black is on, but of course it's fraught with danger because he can't get the white back into baulk. Now, early on in the week, Peter would have had a go at the one next to the blue and played a stun run through into baulk. But he's now 5-2 behind, and that may be too risky. Less risky than the cut, though, so he may still play the same shot. What made him a very dangerous player this week, and that for me is what he's got to do. He's got to play attacking snooker. He will get beat against Graham Dott if he plays the way he is at the moment. He's got to up a gear. Graham Dott still may beat him. He's playing very well, but for this to be a close match, Peter has to attack.
He played for the red just above the black. He may still be able to pot it, but if he was straighter, of course, he could have potted it, control the cue ball a bit better than he will be doing now.
6.
Oh, that was an excellent shot. Choice of pink or black. Played this very, very delicately, and played with a little bit of check side, just to slow the cue ball down. That made the pot a lot more difficult. A little bit of work for Jan van has to do here because the pink spot is covered, so nearest its own spot behind the bunch in a straight line with black and blue spots. There may be enough room for it to go in between those reds, I'm not sure. Not tried it. Peter will be quite glad if it doesn't, if it does go there, because there's a chance he could pop the pink and open the bunch.
12.
Probably only from the right hand side, not from the left hand side. So black or blue will be playing for here.
13.
Oh, Well, because he's gone that high up, he'll have no option now but to play into them. And there's a few reds in a line for the pocket. That's what Peter's looking at now. This may make him not play the blue into the bunch, because there could be a 4-ball plant into this right-hand corner. He may still play the cannon, but he won't play it as hard as the players normally do. He may play it delicately into the bunch. There's those reds I was talking about. They're set for the near jaw just. Yes, he was frightened, wasn't he? Frightened of the plant.
80. Cue ball. Peter Ebdon, 18.
Graham Dott has got a high success rate at this kind of shot if he's playing the pot. Especially when he plays the run through. He plays it very well normally. And there's another example.
1.
He plays that shot as good as anybody in the game. Doesn't have the power screw shots like some of the players, but that kind of shot, he's one of the very best. Such a great one to play, because it obviously gets you on blue or bought colour. Peter Ebdon's been in the balls first and didn't score enough to put Graham
4.
under pressure. So Dott's got the first real chance with reds and colours in open plate.
Five.
Yes, Peter Ebdon potted a fantastic red with the first ball of this frame, and we've got a chance to show you why Graham's having a look around in ultra motion. Just see how the white bounces look as it's going down. It bounced about 5 or 6 times, then of course the red bounced. And that's because whenever you're queuing down on the ball to play a stun shot, it's always going to lift off the table slightly. Even this kind of shot at pace, the cue ball would lift, but of course he's just playing a delicate little screw into the bunch here. And if this works, he'll win the frame from that shot. He's covered the black. He's covered the black. Now that's unlucky.
10.
Yes, I suppose he could just roll this in. He played it nice and gently, and he cleared the black area, but the black won't go into the left corner. Will he take a chance, roll this red in, and play the pink along the top cushion? Looks to be the only colour he could guarantee being on.
Yes, I suppose, John, it's worth it, isn't it? With the red being left to the black, you don't have to do too much with the cue ball, do you, where the pink is?
Well, he didn't want to risk it for whatever reason, and decided to run round with side for the blue. He's just about on it. Just looking what's available down the right-hand side of the table. So he's looking to get somewhere in that area of the circle, in between the green and brown. Let's see what his judgment of pace is like. He's aiming for the circle. Well, he's on the line, that's
16.
pretty good. And if he was in the circle, he wouldn't be as close to the cushion. I think that's the reason I put the circle there.
Needs to be straight on one of these reds so he can run through for the black, and I don't think he is straight. There you can see he's not, so he'll be up for the blue or vort colour again. The first positional shot he gets right, he can get onto the black and clear that red. It's all about the red to the left of the black at the moment. This frame won't be won
17.
until that red is out of the way. Now, that's just about high enough. Just a fraction off straight, as you can see there from the overhead camera. The way he's played that, there's only one colour he can play for here. That's the blue again, so he must get top side this time.
22. $23.
Nice angle again on the blue. Got a choice of reds. I think there's a couple available into the left corner. Certainly one available into the right corner. Left corner he's playing on, and as you say, Willie, he needs to be straight to be able to get on the black.
28.
And he's not, so he's going to have to go back up for the blue. And it's okay going back up for the blue while you're getting that good angle. But if he ever finishes short, he's in trouble.
29.
Inch perfect again, though.
$34.
He may be able to force through here to get onto the black. If he plays a stun in between the reds and the black on and off the cushion, even if he kisses the red on the cushion, he's still going to be on the pink. But he doesn't like it. He's taking the outside one, which tells us he's going up for the blue again. It just shows you in breakwood, doesn't it, how difficult.
35.
With reds all over the place, this has been causing a problem purely because of that red.
Yes, but he had a chance there, I agree with you, Willie, to play for black or pink, and he didn't. He went up for the blue, and this time he's not got the angle on the blue. And unless he pulls out a good shot, he'll do well to keep this going. If he could have ever got on the black, I'd have fancied him to win the frame. He needs a good recovery here. He could roll the blue in, but that wouldn't be any good because he couldn't get on the next red. He's contemplating playing the brown, but this is a tough shot.
10 times tougher than the red to stun through the gap for the black, that's for certain. Graham has that wonderful ability of putting a bad shot out of his mind immediately.
39.
And he's played 4 or 5 poor positional shots here, but he's got that ability just to play the next shot, and he played that one very well indeed.
$40.
22 points the lead. He's straight on the yellow, it appears, and if he can't get through to the brown, he can't get up to the next red.
If you can't get through to the brown, John, would you play safe or would you pot the yellow? No value, is there, the yellow?
You'd have to play the snooker behind the yellow, wouldn't you? Well, he's looking at the blue. I wouldn't be looking at the blue, that's a certainty.
So a similar pattern to the whole match. Graham's struggling to put a frame away at one visit, but he is playing great match play snooker, and I don't say that lightly because he's not taking any undue risks.
Yellow.
And if it's to win the greatest prize in our game, the World Championship,
Green
and that's
dot,
the way to do
40.
it, you do it.
Well, Peter trusts you to luck there, and well, it could have turned out worse. Could have left something easier than this.
Both these reds are very, very similar. Whichever one he plays, it's tough to stun through the gaps and get back into balk area. At least if he plays the one to the right, as we look, he's not going to leave the red in the balk area, so he can screw around two cushions and be on blue or balk colour. That's a little harder than he would have liked.
1.
Well, as you say, Willie's playing a no-risk type of game, but Willie sees this opportunity to maybe win the frame here. There is a shot if he pots the green to the left middle.
Green.
He's playing safe and putting the green safe. Boy, this
Green
is
dot
tough
1.
match play.
Peter Ledin-Yamba has to see that he can just about get through to that red, but the only problem if he plays this slow, he could find himself snookered, so he might play this hard. The reason I say he might find himself snookered is if he pushes it towards the green, which he has done, I think he's just asking for trouble here, playing at that pace. Don't see the value in that at all.
Well, he decided not to play the snooker. Thought he'd screw to balk, chance of the red going in, and it has. It was a little bit wide, it seemed to be going, but not too hard, and the pocket accepted it. So now just to trickle up behind the yellow.
Can he push him behind the green, John, or is the yellow too?
No, I think you got to play the yellow. I'm sure if you hit it full ball, you get the snooker.
Green dot 1.
Yeah, I'd have been worried about playing that, to the fact that it could have swung off a little bit, but he played it nicely. Played a 2-cushion escape at the last visit, which left Graham Dott a potable red. 2-cushion escape again.
Yes, but 24 points behind. He can't really afford to give many penalty points away. Oh, and that's unlucky for
Foul.
Peter.
And a miss.
He's missed it, caught the
Graham
bump,
Dott.
and left his red on. Graham Dott looking for red. Well, if he pots the black, he doesn't need the last red. But going up for the blue, he will.
1.
Pots the blue, gets 34 in front. There's still possible 35 left.
Yes, the target obviously here is in between pink and black with a cue ball. Doesn't matter if you kiss the pink, as long as you don't kiss the black, you're bound to be on the red. Did his best to kiss the black, didn't he?
6.
He's
7.
coming to this session trying to get back into it very, very quickly. Could have won the first frame. He's had first chance in this frame, and Graham Dott already this session with breaks of 59 and 40. Looks like he's sure to win this one as well.
Green dot
But
7.
the fact that he's missed the black, Peter's decided to come back to the table. 35 points behind. Could be here for a while.
Well, if that black goes in, Peter doesn't come back to the table. Wants 2 4-point snookers to tie. It's a big ask. But one of these days, and I'm certain it's happened in his career, Graham Dott, missing blacks like that will cost you frames. He does everything ultra careful during the frame and then misses a careless shot like that. Did it in the last frame. It didn't make any difference, but occasionally it'll catch up with you. I think he's as disappointed as anybody that he missed the black. The problem is, at this level, it's not getting the snooker, it's getting your opponent to miss. You don't get any points for snookering.
This yellow's definitely cuttable. Can't get onto the green, but I think it just about make Peter concede if he pots the yellow. Wasn't an easy pot at distance, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, just watching Peter trying to somehow get the snookers to win this frame. That's all he seems to be doing at the moment. He just seems to be getting the scraps off Graham Dott, really. I think Graham Dott has been the better player so far in this match. At the start of the match, I made a comment, Willie, that if anyone was concerned about how much that match against Marco Fu took out of Peter, not to bother because it didn't seem to have affected him. But then after about the second frame of this match, Peter, for some reason, just seemed to tense up, wasn't pushing the cue through. So I don't know if he's feeling it. Well, I think he is feeling it more than Graham Dott at the moment, for whatever reason.
Two.
The blue's in the way for the desired snooker off one cushion in behind the pink, which would get his opponent in deep trouble. It's right, as John mentioned, getting snookers, but you've got to make them hard enough to miss them. The blue wasn't on its spot, he just played the half-ball stun in behind the pink and hopefully green in behind brown or black. But that's not an option.
Peter Ebdon 2, frame conceded.
Well, Peter Ebdon decided to try and pot the green. He missed it. Graham Dott's done all the work this evening and rightly deserves the 2 frames he's won, and he now leads by 6 frames to 2.